Hello guys, welcome back to Analytics with Priyam. So in this video, I am having three CSV files. Okay, so basically these three CSV files we are going to import in our data flow Zen 2. After then, we are going to create a data warehouse in which we are going to save these three CSV files into our data warehouse. Okay, and in data warehouse, basically we are going to join these three tables to create a final view. Okay, and basically in this we are going to write down some of the queries in which we are going to use CTs, we are going to use joins. After then we are going to create a final view out of it. Okay, so this final view we are going to import in our semantic model. And in semantic model we are going to create some of the calculations. Okay, just like we are going to create the measures, and some of the calculations we are going to cover in our queries. Okay, so basically, after then we are going to import this semantic model in our Power BI report. And in Power BI report, we are going to create a fresh report. Okay, so in Power BI report also we are going to create the tooltips. Okay, so that each visual should show the detailed information. Okay, so you can see the visual. Okay, so basically you can also see the workflow which is included. So please stay connected to this video. Okay, in this video, step by step, I'm going to cover each and everything. Okay,
So guys, let's back to screen. Okay, so first of all, let me show you the data which we are having. Okay, so basically we are having this discount data. Okay, product data and product sales. Okay, basically we are having the three Excel files, and these files we have to import in our warehouse. Okay, after then we are going to build some queries. Okay, we are going to join these tables, and we are going to create a combined view. And after then that view we are going to uh, put it into a semantic model, and in semantic model we are going to create the measures, and after then that semantic model we are going to import in our Power BI, and in Power BI we are going to create a fresh report. Okay, so basically we have also a requirement. So this we got from to the business. Okay, so it is having some of the just like we have to create only one pager report in which we have to design revenue by country, revenue by date and year, profit and unit sales, year over year change, revenue breakdown by discount band, detailed table view. Okay, also whatever you feel necessary. Okay, so basically this dashboard we have to design by putting some of the KPIs and the requirements which are there, and also if there is something which comes in mind, we have to put that also. Okay, okay, now let me quickly go back to our Fabric account, and let's create one more workspace. Okay, let me name it as a product analysis. Okay, here we have created our workspace. Now we have to build a warehouse. First of all, let me select one warehouse and name it as a product analysis. Also, we are going to build a data flow Zen 2. With the help of a data flow Zen 2, we are going to bring those Excel file into our Fabric account. Let me name it as a product analysis. Okay, now let me add a Excel file. Okay, this Excel workbook. Let me copy the path. First of all, let me copy the path of this discount data. Let me remove the inverted commas. Here we are going to use authentication as a Windows. Okay. Okay, so basically these are the CSV files. Okay, now let me change the connector text CSV. Let me choose the authentication as Windows. Okay, let me now create it. Okay, here let me change the name to discount underscore band. Okay, now now let me bring the another table. Let me remove the inverted commas. Okay, and now we have to use the username and the password. Okay, let me create it. Here let me change the name also, product underscore. So basically currency data type is not supported. Okay, we have to change it to whole number. After then we can change from to the Power BI. And let me rename it also. Okay, now let me copy the last one. Okay, here also let me change the name to eliminate these spaces. Okay, so basically you can see the discount band here. It is the first letter is starting as a capital and the others are in the lower letters. Okay, but in our discount data, the discount band all are in lower letters. Okay, so we have to remove it. We have to replace it one by one. Okay, one by one we have to replace the values. For this also we have to change. Okay, for this medium we have to replace. So basically we are doing this as you know that in fabric. So as you know in fabric, when we are going to write down the queries, so the queries are very case sensitive. Okay, so these should be matching with each other. We have to be very careful for to the upper and the lower letters. Okay, okay, now let me quickly give the destination to our warehouse which we have created. We have to choose our we have to choose our warehouse. Okay, in this warehouse we are going to create this table. Okay, you can check the column mapping also. Now one by one, for all the tables we have to set the destination to our warehouse. Okay, now let me select the last one and set the destination to warehouse. Okay, now let me publish this data flow Zen2. Okay, now let's wait until it publishes. Okay, so now you can see our data flow has been published successfully. Okay, now let me quickly open our warehouse. Okay, so under the schemas it will be having, let me refresh it. Okay, under the DBO schema, under the table section, you can see all the tables are there. Okay, okay, now let me quickly create a query. Okay, so here we are going to write down select product data. Okay, so in product data we are having the product ID as a common column. Okay, and in the product sales, let me check the product sales also. Okay, so here you can see we are having product. Okay, so product, and in product data we are having the product ID. Okay, both are the primary and the foreign keys, so we have to join by these. Okay, now let me write down the query. Okay, left join product sales. Let me give the aliasing also, here A and here B. A dot product ID is equal to B dot product ID. check. Product ID is invalid. Let me check. Okay, here we have product, not product ID. Okay, so here we got our combined table. Okay, now let me quickly modify it. We don't need all these columns, and also we need some of the calculations. So let me add them one by one. Okay, from to the table A we need a dot product, okay, we need product category, cost price, sales price, brand description, image URL. Let me give one by one. A dot category, a dot brand, a dot description, a dot cost price, a dot sale price, a dot, let me check the last one, image URL. Okay, and from to the table B we need dot, let me check this one. Okay, we need customer type, we need country, we need discount band, we need unit sold. Okay, these four columns we need. So let me quickly write down. Customer type b dot, b dot discount band, b dot unit sold, b dot country. Okay, Okay, we are missing comma here. Okay, now let me run it. Image URL. Okay, we don't have underscore here. Okay, so we got our combined view. Okay, so we got our combined table. Okay, now some of the extra columns we need. Okay, just like we need to calculate the revenue. So revenue is nothing but sales price into units sold. Okay, so that is revenue, and we need the total cost. So the total cost is nothing but cost price into units sold. So these columns we need. Let me create those. A dot sale price into B dot unit sold as revenue. Okay, also we need A dot cost price into B dot unit sold as total cost. Okay, also we have a date column. Okay, and we have to extract the month and the year. Okay, so basically we have the date column in product data, not here in product sales. We have this date column. Okay, now we have to extract the month and year from this date column. So let me write down format b dot date into this format we need month. Okay, also we have to extract the year, so we are going to use the same b dot date y. Okay, as year. Okay, now let me run it. Okay, so as you can see, we have got our all the columns which we have calculated: revenue, total cost, month and year. Okay, now we are left with joining this table, discount data. And discount data, we need only this discount. Okay, so basically we are having one calculations in which we are going to calculate the discount revenue. Okay, So that is why we need this column, and these two columns we already have in our uh, combined view. Okay, so now let me do some of the modifications to it. So we have to create one CTE, okay, so that we can store this query into our CTE. After then we can recall that CTE to join this discount data. Okay, so let me write down with the product. Let me name the CTEs as product, as select star from product. Okay, we got our CTE. Okay, now let me write down the joining conditions with another table. Okay, okay, so let me give it as C and left join discount data as D. So basically in both the tables we have the discount band and the month as a common column. Okay, so we can join it by using a discount band. So C dot discount band is equal to D dot discount band. And we have one more joining condition based on month. C dot month is equal to D dot month. Now let me quickly run it. Okay, so as you can see we are getting month discount and discount is as a blank. Okay, so basically the discount band column. Okay, so let me show you the discount band column. There is some spaces. Okay, so we have to trim it. Okay, here from to the joining conditions we are going to use a trim function, trim the extra spaces. Here also we are going to use trim. Okay, now you can see we are getting all the values. Okay, now we need one more calculations. So here we don't want everything. Okay, so we need everything from to the C table, C dot star, and we need from to the D column we need, from to the another table we need discount and one calculations we have to write down. So that is nothing but a discount revenue. So this is calculated by subtracting 1 minus d dot discount, okay, into 1.0 divided by 100 into c dot revenue. Okay, now let me run it. Okay, we got our, okay, so let me alias it as discount revenue. Okay, we got our column. Okay, so now we are going to store this overall query into our view. So let's create one view so that we can store this query and we can use this view into our semantic model. So let me write down create a view, and the view name is product analysis. And okay, now let me run it. Select this, select star from product analysis. Okay, we got our final view. Okay, so now we are going to use this view into our semantic model and we are going to create some calculations into our semantic model. Okay. Okay, so now as you can see upside, we are having the option of creating a new semantic model. Okay, so we are going to create a new semantic model, and here we are going to name it as a product analysis. Okay, so basically here we are going to select only one view, the final view. Okay, as you can see, our semantic model has been created. Okay, now here basically you can create new measures. Okay, okay, so basically once you are creating this semantic model, so upside you can see there is an option of editing as well as viewing. So after once it is closed and you are going to open it again, then it will be opened in the viewing mode. You have to open, you have to change it to editing mode so that all the functionalities will appear. So as like when this is selected, you cannot select any measures or the calculation group. Okay, once it is in editing mode, then only you can select the measures. Okay. Okay, now basically we are going to import this semantic model in our Power BI report. Okay, so the measures which are all required, we are going to create one by one, and once we are going to create the Power BI report, then only we are going to, whenever there is a requirement, then only we are going to create the measures. Okay, so let me open the Power BI report. Okay, you can see upside this one is our semantic model. Let me connect it. Okay, as you can see, we got our semantic model here. Okay, all the columns, all the calculations are here. Okay, now let me create the visuals one by one. Okay. Okay, now first of all we have to add some shapes. Okay, so we have to create the placeholder so that we can insert our charts into our placeholder. Okay, so let me create one of the shapes. Let me take this one. Okay, let me go to format and color as a dark color. Okay, now let me take one more shape. And the color we are going to take as white. Okay, shadow we are going to turn on. Okay, now let me copy this one. Here we are going to put two visuals. Okay, and here we are going to put two visuals. So this formatting we can align later. Okay, so let me go back and create the charts. Okay, so now basically we want the image, first of all, image URL. Okay, so these images we are going to use as a slicer. So we are going to take the new slicer. Okay, this one button slicer we are going to use. Okay, and we are going to put this image URL. Okay, so we have to change it. We are going to change it to image URL. Okay, now let me quickly refresh our Power BI report. Okay, now you can see it is populating. Okay, so now let me select, let me change the layout. Rows we want 1 and the columns we want 6. Okay, and image fit to normal. Now you can see it is looking somewhat better. Let me put it here. Okay, now let me do some of the formatting for this slicer. Okay, let me select this one, and first we have to turn the background off. So background will be here, and let me select the buttons. Let me take this image. Okay, transparency let me keep. Okay, now it is looking somewhat better. Okay, okay, now let me take one card visual. Okay, we are going to take a new card, and here we are going to place the product. Okay, now let me go to format, and images we have to turn on. You have to select the image URL, and here also we have to select the image URL. Okay, now in callout values, we have to turn off this value. Okay, and also label we have to turn off. Let me go to the image and size. Take it as 250. Okay, you have to format it so that it should. Okay, now it is looking fine. Should be above text. Okay, now background we have to turn off, and also we have to turn off the border. This border. Okay, now it is looking fine. Let me take another card visual. Okay, and here what we need to show, here we need to show the description. Okay, here we have to turn off this wrap text. Okay, and the size we are going to, okay, let me increase a little bit. Okay, it is fine. Here also let me turn off the background. Border also we have to turn off. Background also we have to turn off. Okay. Okay, so now let me take one of the bar chart. Okay, this one, and we have to show country and revenue by country. Okay, now let me place it here. And now we are going to format it a little bit. Okay, so basically in x-axis we don't want values, and title also we don't want, or to the x-axis also we don't want the values and the title. Okay. Okay, now in the bars let me choose the different color that is already we are using. Okay, and let me turn on the data labels. The data labels should be, position should be inside end. Okay, let me add the details. So in the details we are going to add the country. Okay, now you can see it is showing the country as well as this. Okay, now in layout let me select the multi-line. Okay, let me select different color, that is Arial. Okay, okay, here in the values, oh, we have to select the display units as thousands, not thousands, we have to select none. Okay, now you can see it is showing perfect. Okay, now formatting part we will do later. Okay, now let me switch to another visual. Okay, now let me take this tagged column chart. Okay, here we are going to use, onto the x-axis we have to put the date. So basically we don't have the date column. Okay, we have to bring the date column. Okay, so for this we have to go to our, okay, not the date, we can use the year. Okay, and onto the not the year, we need the date column. Query, and the date column is in a dot date. Okay, it is in B. Okay, we got our date column. So now let me quickly refresh the semantic model. For refreshing, you have to click on edit tables and refresh it from here. It will fetch the schema and confirm it. Okay, date column is appearing here. Now let me quickly refresh from here. Okay, date column we got. Onto the x-axis we need date, and y-axis we need sum of revenue. Okay, and into the legend we have to put the year. So let me go to the x-axis, and from continuous to categorical we have to choose. Okay, okay, the background, turn on the title. Okay, for to the y-axis also we don't want values. Also we don't want the title. Okay, now let me go to columns and select 22, and we are going to choose some different color, that is gray. Not this one, this one we are going to choose. Okay, also we are going to turn on the border, so that it will, the bars will, so that the bars will show the border. Okay, also we have to select this one, and borders let me turn on. Okay, put it here. Let me put the title into the middle. Let me change the title also. Okay, 12 and in the middle. Okay. Okay, so now let me take one of the donut chart. Okay, and in this donut chart, what we are going to do in the legend, we are going to put the discount band. Okay, and onto the values we are going to put the revenue. Okay, now let me do some of the formatting for this. Okay, in legend we don't want. Okay, in detail label we are going to put outside category, we want category and percentage of total. Okay, and also background we don't want, so we can turn off the background. Okay, and now we have to change the slices colors. Okay, so let me select high. For high, let me take the dark blue, and for to the low let me take some little bit light. Okay, and for medium let me take the gray color, and for to the none we are going to take the same color. Okay, okay, now let me give the title also. Revenue by discount. Okay, let me put it into the middle. Also we are going to take semi bold, not semi bold, bold. This will be 13, not 13, it will be 12. Okay, and in detail label, in onto the values let me select some darker color as black color. Okay, now it is looking somewhat fine. Okay, okay, now what we have to do, we have to take one matrix visual. We can place it here. Okay, onto the rows we need so for it we have to calculate one measure, that is profit. Okay, so let me create a new measure onto our semantic model. Name it as a profit. Will be discount revenue. Okay, it will be sum of discount revenue. Total cost. Sum of total cost. Okay, let me refresh here. Okay, onto the rows we have to put the customer type and okay, and also we can put the product. Okay, and onto the columns we need year, and onto the values we need revenue, and we can put the profit also. Okay, now here we don't need column subtotals and row subtotals. Okay, so basically for to the each customer type and the product will also show. Let me click here. Okay, for to the creator there is a product MV7 and for it is showing. Okay, so you can see the detailed view. Okay, okay, now it is looking somewhat fine. Okay, now we need some more measures. Okay, let me create, just like we need profit year of year and units sold year over year. So let me create these measures into our semantic model. Create here the new measure. Okay, let me name it as profit year of year is equal to, here we are going to use some variables. So we are going to use variable, and the name of the variable will be last year is equal to, here we are going to use calculate sum. Don't use sum directly, profit we can recall. Okay, now the filter expression will be, we are going to use date add function. Okay, date column, the interval will be -1. The last year we are going to select, and it will be, the interval will be year. Okay, now let me use another, not another variable, let me return it. Okay, so here we are going to use sum of, okay, not sum, directly we can use profit minus last year, the variable which we have created, and the whole will be divided by last year. Okay, now we can copy the same, and here we are going to create another measure. So this measure will be units sold year by year. So here in place of product analysis, we can use unit sold. Here we have to use sum. Okay, here also we have to use unit sold, sum of units sold. Okay, now our two measures are created. Now let me go back to our visual and put the card visual, and here we are going to take, okay, let me refresh it. Okay, we have to put profit year of year and units sold year of year. Okay, this will be in the percentage form. So we are going to convert these two into percentage, not whole number. It will be percentage. Okay, so now let's start adding the images into this card visual. Okay, let me select this, and for units sold we have different image. This profit we have different image. Should also be 50 px. Okay, and now let me go to values. Okay, the background. For to the cards also we have to turn off the background. And we don't want borders. Okay, so we can change the color to white. Also the headers, the labels, we can choose as white. Okay, now you can see it is looking somewhat fine. Now we have to create a tooltip page. Okay, so let's move to next page and let me customize it to tooltip. Okay, now let me add. Okay, so we also want the color to be black. Okay, now let me quickly add the card visual, and in this card visual we are going to show the sales price. Okay, so here we are going to take the max. Okay, let me rename as a sales price, and let me do some of the formatting. So here we don't want background. Category label we need. Okay, so the color we want to change it to white. Let me reduce it to, okay. For category label also let me select white. Okay, copy this one, and here we don't want sale price, we need cost price. Let me copy the same, and here we want the product. Okay, now let me quickly add the table visual. With customer type, also we need Let me turn off the background. Totals we don't want. Style we are going to select as none. Okay, in the values we are going to select the white color. Grid we don't want. Okay, let me delete the column. Here we are going to take it as a revenue. Okay, now let me take one pie chart. And here we are going to add discount band in legend and revenue in values. Let me use the format painter. Okay, now let me turn on the tooltip for this page. Okay, for to this visual, we can turn on the tooltip. You can see it is showing the detailed information. For this also, let me turn on. Okay, so you can see we have we have successfully created the visual. Okay, also we can add some more things. Okay, now let me turn off the title for this. Okay, so we can customize more a little bit. Okay, so basically whatever we want, we can do. We can customize it more. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to publish it into our services. Let me save it. Okay, so now let me write down one text also. We write down the title. Title will be product overview. Okay, select it. Font size, let me increase to 20. Should be bold, Arial, and it should be in white color. Let me turn off the background. Okay, now it is looking fine. Let me publish it. Okay, now let me quickly go back to our workspace. Okay, and now here what we are going to do, we are going to create a data pipeline in which we are going to put the data flow as well as the semantic model for to the schedule refresh. I'm going to name it as a product analysis. Here we are going to take the first activity as a data flow activity, and here we are going to select the data flow. Okay, now we are going to take the semantic model activity, and here we are going to select our semantic model. Let me save it. Okay, let me schedule it also. We are going to schedule it daily. Select the start date and the end date, you can select any. Okay, so now every 2 a.m. this semantic model is this data flow and the semantic model is going to be refreshed, and we are going to get the most up-to-date data in our Power BI report. So thank you for watching this video.